Good afternoon. This webinar offers closed captioning. To enable closed captioning, click on the blue widget or the CC in the box located on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Welcome to the City of Chicago Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection webinar. We have adapted our regular business education workshops at City Hall into these webinars until further notice. Please note, any website or email that I mentioned will be posted in the chat box. All BACP offices are open to the public. Are open to limited members of the public. Masks are required in all BACP facilities. For those seeking business license assistance, we strongly encourage the processing of license and permits online. Business licenses can be applied for or renewed online at chicagobusinessdirect.org, or you can call 312-74-GO-BIZ. If you are a part of the BACP Entrepreneur Certificate Program, you can get credit for joining this webinar by sending an email to bacpoutreach@cityofchicago.org. If you want to learn more about the program, please visit chicago.gov/business education. Also, this webinar is being recorded and will be available at youtube.com/Chicago BACP. I will post the mentioned information in the chat. We would like to encourage our attendees to ask questions. Please use the chat box and send your questions to all panelists. There will be a Q&A at the end of this presentation. Today's webinar is entitled Making the Most of Holiday Marketing, presented by SCORE. At this time, I will now turn this webinar over to Hannah for us to begin.
Thank you so much, Stella and the Chicago BACT team. We greatly appreciate our continued partnership and collaboration. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our Making the Most of Holiday Marketing webinar. The holidays are right around the corner, so if you want to learn some marketing insights, tips, and ideas on how to maximize your holiday marketing to get the best results for your business, then you're in the right place. My name is Hannah Fernandez, and I'm the chapter chair of SCORE Chicago. SCORE has been around as a resource partner of the SBA since 1964, providing free and confidential business mentoring for business owners across the country. So whether you are a new entrepreneur or you've been in business for a long time, our SCORE mentors can help you start, grow, and scale your businesses. To schedule an appointment with our mentors, go to our website at chicago.score.org. Now, I'd like to introduce our presenter. Deanne Marvel is a seasoned marketing leader with over 20 years of marketing experience. She has worked with agencies and brands in a variety of industries and has managed marketing tools across the communication spectrum. Deanne is an expert in digital marketing, integrated marketing, and multicultural marketing. Deanne, you're on.
All right, thank you, Hannah. Thank you for this introduction. And thank you everyone who is attending this webinar today. Hannah did a great job explaining my background. I've been marketing for quite a while. I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of brands, and I have done a lot of holiday campaigns. So I'm happy today to be able to share some of those insights with you. So we will actually get right into it. I wanted to start with sharing some holiday stats, some fun facts about holiday. The first one here, and this is looking at 2020, November and December sales, so that's considered the holiday timeframe, was almost $800 billion, and that's expected to grow this year. So there are a lot of dollars being spent, a lot of opportunity here. Of that spending, of total annual retail spending, that 800 billion represents about 20%. So it's a really big percentage of the annual retail spending. And of that holiday spend, about a little over a quarter is specifically with e-commerce. So e-commerce continues to be a very important channel for spending and for consumers. When we look at purchases during the holiday period, 27% of shoppers are primarily focusing on gifts for others. So that means they are doing a lot of shopping for ourselves. We're doing that. When we look at 2020 versus 2019, there was a 106% growth in gift cards, purchases, and gift certificates. So we're going to talk a little bit more about this, but this stat is one of the pieces on why it's important and why that's something we may want to think about. And the last one here is this last minute shopping. 80% of shoppers are going to wait until mid-December to start buying. Now, we are seeing this year, because of all of the rumors of shortages and supply chain, that people are shopping a little bit earlier, but we will still always have our last minute buyers. So what do we mean when we say holiday? What does that look like? So here's a slide that outlines some key timing. And there are many, many leverageable opportunities during that time frame. So it starts with Thanksgiving, so next week, and then it goes all the way through the new year. And during that time, there's a lot happening. Of course, we have Christmas right before New Year. And then on the bookends, we do have these two cultural holidays. We have Hanukkah right after Thanksgiving, and we have Kwanzaa right after Christmas. So one thing I do want to say, as you think about what are you going to message, what are you going to leverage, I would not recommend that you leverage these ethnic and these cultural holidays unless you already have a culturally relevant product. Many times brands will just try to put out a promotion or something and they slip up, and you don't want to do that. So if you're not already culturally relevant, then just focus on the big ones. So in addition to the holidays, there are also these other opportunities that pop up during the holiday time frame. So we all know about Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. You have Small Business Saturday that follows that. And then right on the heels of that is Cyber Monday. Then we'll have our entire shopping time frame and shopping period. We'll have a free shipping day, December 14th. A lot of brands take advantage of that. Super Saturday, that is the last Saturday before Christmas. And then the day after Christmas, you have Boxing Day. So a lot of times we see a lot of clearance items that happen on that day. So lots of opportunity that you can potentially leverage to help push your business. So another thing to keep in mind is what is going on with the consumer during holiday. And there is a lot, and there's a lot that you should kind of keep in mind here. So we're going to start in the lower left corner. So we are all getting into the holiday spirit, and consumers are getting into the holiday spirit. And as they think about that, they think about gatherings and getting together with friends and family, sometimes coworkers. And as they think about their family and friends, they're also thinking about gifting. What are they going to gifts are they going to give to their family and friends? And immediately they start thinking about spending. So how much am I going to spend on these gifts? What is my budget going to be? And then they think about shopping. Okay, now I have to shop within this budget. And then that's when the deals and specials come into play. We're number one, we are all kind of taught that this is a time for deals and specials. But as we think about all the different people that we have to purchase for, consumers have to purchase for, deals and specials become very important. And another thing to note is that there is so much in the marketplace right now. A lot of businesses, big brands, small brands, medium brands are marketing about holiday, trying to capture that $800 billion of spending. So it's a lot of messaging and it's very cluttered. So that's what our consumers are dealing with. So I am going to, kind of taking that as a backdrop, talk about a couple of different topics here. We're going to talk about product, how you may want to change or add to your product during holiday. We'll talk about specific offers and discounts, hopefully give you some ideas on some things you can consider. We'll talk a little bit about customer service and what you can keep in mind. And then we'll talk some about marketing, specifically planning, and then a few execution tips on some popular tools. So getting right into product. So if you have a product versus a service, you may be able to change that product or consider something that's holiday themed. That's going to be primarily in the realm of colors, flavors, and design. So if you have clothes or you have some other types of items, you can consider the holiday colors: red, green, white, and blue. Flavors such as peppermint, gingerbread, etc., and all types of designs. We see them all, from Christmas trees and wreaths and bowls and candy canes, and it's just a lot of different opportunities. So if you have a product that you may be able to change during the holiday, this is a great time to do it. It's a great time to have a limited edition or maybe even a collector's item. And you can think about something like at Starbucks, where you have your peppermint lattes, or during the fall, you have your pumpkin spice. Those are those things we look forward to that are seasonal and relevant during that time frame. Now, if you don't have a product, you can still augment your product or service during the holidays. So number one, whether it's product or service, you can offer special products, services, packages, or sets. So maybe it's a gift set. Maybe if you have a cleaning service, it's a special holiday party after cleanup. So there are different things that you can do if you just kind of think about how can you take it, kind of think about what's happening in the consumer's life, and how does your package, how does your product, how can it be relevant? You can think about gift cards and gift certificates. This is a great opportunity to allow your customers to share your business with their friends and family. Earlier, the fact of a 106% growth year over year in gift cards is becoming more and more important. And you can do gift certificates on your own. If you do, just make sure that you have some way of numbering them so people don't copy them. You can do gift cards, and you can do electronic gift cards or hard gift cards. There are a couple of platforms that you can use if you don't have a POS. So the first round of defense there, if you want to do a e-gift card or gift card, is to use your own POS system. If you don't have a POS system, you can use sites like GiftFly, GiftUp, Tango Card, GiveX, and Yifty. So those are some examples for gift cards. Another thing you can do is to have these add-on gifts with select purchases. So you could have something that's related to your product or service. So if you're a cleaning service, maybe you give away a free duster, or it can be a general holiday theme. With every platinum package, they get holiday cookies. But that's a nice way to just add in that holiday spirit to your product or service and give your customers a little bit something special during the holiday season. Now let's talk about offers and discounts. So during this time frame, customers have come to expect deals and discounts during the season. And it's great for your business because it can drive urgency and interest. It can drive sales. It can drive people through your doors. So those are some things to think about. And these are some different holidays and different types of deals to consider. So on Black Friday, we're typically looking for deep discounts. We're looking for things like doorbusters and really big sales. But here's a tip, and I've worked with big retailers, Sears and Kmart. Black Friday does not necessarily have to be your lowest price of the year. Quite often, lowest prices come in clearances, but it just has to be a compelling offer. Cyber Monday is focused on online offers, and they typically expect to see good deals. So they don't have to be as deep as Black Friday, but we're expecting to see deep deals, but that you get via online purchases. So if you have any type of e-commerce, it's a good opportunity. If you allow bookings online, that's still a way to take advantage of Cyber Monday, even if it's not e-commerce, specifically if they're purchasing. Then, of course, we have Super Saturday. That's great for last minute gifts, for some good deals there. So if you have anything that person can get at the last minute, maybe their favorite item has run out because of supply chain and you have some great gift items, it's a great opportunity there to message that. And then we have Boxing Day. So again, this is the day after Christmas. So you can take the opportunity to have clearance offers here. If there's a lot of inventory you have that you're trying to get rid of, which is what the big box retailers do, have that opportunity to get rid of that via this clearance. And a lot of people are looking for those after Christmas sales there. And then of course with New Year, people are looking for good deals, and typically it's around that spirit of new start, new you, etc. So you can use those opportunities to message. Now, here are some popular offer types. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time here walking through these types of offers, as well as some examples of how it may relate to a product or a service. So the first one is really popular, which is buy X, get Y. A lot of times we see those as BOGOs, buy one, get one. But the reality is it doesn't have to be a one. It doesn't have to be buy one, get one free. It could be buy two, get one free, buy two, get one 50% off, buy one, get one 50% off. It really is up to you, but it is a buy one item that qualifies you for this discounted item or free item on the back end. So if it's a product, it could be buy two t-shirts, get one for 50% off. If it's a service, buy a platinum service package, get a New Year's 10-point audit for free. So again, do something that is really going to be based on your business and what works for you. The next category is popular is a percentage off. And this, you can apply a percentage off to products, product categories. You can do specific times, like on this day only, one day only, this category is 20% off. So here's a product, 25% off of all natural dog food. So this would be a category. So let's say you sell all types of dog food, but only natural dog food is 25% off. Or with a service, maybe you're giving 15% off a 4-hour cleaning service. So you're being very specific about what that percentage off applies to. The same thing is with the dollars off, where you take a specific dollar amount and then you apply that. And here we have something that could apply to a product or a service. $10 off of all purchases, $100 or more. So you're putting that out there. Related to dollars off is buy more, save more. And what you're doing here is you're encouraging customers to purchase more product by giving them a deeper discount if they purchase more. And we've all seen this. So an example, again, could apply to a product or a service, $10 off of 50, 20 off of 75, or 30 off of $100. So as they go up, that's becoming a richer offer for them. And the last one, and we talked a little bit about this earlier, was about the free gift. So similar to any of the other offers, it can apply to specific categories. It can apply to specific products, or it can apply to specific time frames. So if you're a product, maybe, it's a free cleaning kit with every eyeglass purchase if you are selling eyeglasses. Or if you have a service, free box of Christmas cookies with every December engagement, whether that's legal or finance or any type of consultation. So there's, again, something everybody can do to bring value and take advantage of the season. Some things to keep in mind when you are considering your offers. One, they don't have to be really extreme to interest customers. They do have to have a little meat on the bone, but you don't have to give away the house there. You know your business best, so do something that works, but don't feel like you have to give up everything to get people in the door. You can always consider offers for your higher price and more specifically higher margin products or services. And this allows you that opportunity to maybe have a deeper discount because the product or service allows for it and you don't feel like you are really impacting your profitability too much. And with that in mind, profitability does matter when you are having offers or discounts. You have to know your numbers so that you understand how much can you discount before you're giving something away. And that doesn't mean that you don't do that. So as the next bullet says, you can consider doorbusters. So doorbusters are what's called loss leaders. And a loss leader is a product you will lose money on, but you do it because you want to drive traffic, you want to drive interest, you want to drive excitement. When you do it, or if you do it, always consider a limit. I would always have a limit on it. I won't, and then that happens. We see it all the time during Black Friday. They'll give away $99 TVs, but they only have 10. They're not making any money on those TVs, but what they are doing is they're driving excitement. They're driving people into the store. So they're really getting people excited about that brand and excited about what they have to offer. So you can do the same thing with your business or your service. And these type of deals apply again to products as well as services. And at the end of the day, do what's right for your business. So think about your business, what's going to work for you financially, what's going to work with your brand. If you're not a brand that does a lot of discounting, this is probably not something that you want to do, in an extreme manner. There are some brands that maybe only do it once or twice a year. That makes it very special. And it also means that people will take advantage of that because they know that it doesn't happen that often. So really think about your brand, your company, and what works best for you. So we only have one slide about customer service, but I think it's really important. This is a great opportunity to show appreciation to your customers. And in doing this, you really are providing yourself a great opportunity to fuel some word of mouth. And so if you've ever said any of my other webinars, I talk about word of mouth and making these really positive experiences with your customer, because it is the most effective, incredible form of marketing you can do, is to have others say good things about your business. So during the holiday time, you have this opportunity to create positive experiences with your customers. So one is you can message to your customers about, thanks for their business, happy holidays. It's a great time to do holiday cards. You can do e-cards, or you can do physical cards, or you can do a combination of both. You can send out an email to everybody, and maybe to some of your best customers, you actually give them a physical card of thanks for their business. And you can also give gifts to your customers. They don't have to be big, they just have to be thoughtful. They can be small, but thoughtful. It's a great opportunity to have some really great branded items to put in front of your customers. And again, you don't have to give it to everybody. You can give it to just some of your best customers to show that appreciation. And again, it's a positive experience your customers will have, and they'll pass it along to others, which is exactly what we want. So now let's get into marketing planning. So as you think about the holiday time frame, you want to really think about planning all of your campaign or campaigns in advance, and you really want to have a calendar. And this is how I go about marketing planning for any business that I work on. So first, there are a couple of questions that you're going to answer in this process. One, you're going to identify, what am I going to be focusing on during this time frame? What are the opportunities that I want to leverage and I want to message? Then you're going to identify, well, when is the exact timing that I should be messaging? You're going to have to determine what your messages will be, and then what your marketing tools will be as well. And so all of those things together will make a comprehensive plan for you to go to market with. Now, as you do all of these things, you do have to keep in mind who you're targeting. Understand your customer insights. What's important to them? Are you targeting new, or are you going to be targeting your existing customers? That's a very important thing as well. When the holiday time frame, yes, people are maybe open to some new businesses, etc. And some people want to go with the businesses that they already know. But you need to know, as you go into it, what tactics and which messages are going to go for new versus existing customers there. So in terms of messaging, you want to select opportunities that you want to support, and this will be the foundation of your plan. So when you want to first look at, products and services, right? Are there any specific products or services that you want to highlight during this time? Do you have gift ideas? Do you have special packages? Are you going to have new specific holiday product? Do you have new products or priority products? They don't even have to be holiday themed, but if you have something that's priority that you want to focus on during the holidays, and then you should identify those things. You may say, yes, I want to sell everything I got. Now, if you have a business that has hundreds of items, I would probably say narrow that down and be a little specific. It's going to help you down the line. You can also think about consumer timing. And are there any key timings for consumers that you want to leverage during this time? Do you really want to make sure that you do something for Black Friday? Do you want to do something for Christmas? Do you want to do something around gifts or gatherings that's relevant for Christmas? Or do you want to do something that's about a fresh start for New Year, and you have a product or a service or a message that will resonate there? And the last piece to consider is your deals and discounts. Are you going to be offering any sales or discounts during the holiday times? And we talked about all the different examples. So what you should do is, in each one of those categories, identify what, if anything, you want to support or promote during a holiday time frame. And now you have the list and you have a foundation for what your plan will be. So taking that information on what you want to do, now you're going to say, okay, well, what is the timing that I need to message these different pieces? What best aligns with what I've selected for my messaging priorities? So if you have special products or sets, when are they launching? And how long are they going to be available? You don't want them available for the entire period, but you need to say, okay, well, I'm going to launch it on November 27th, and it will be valid through November 24th, right? And that's when I'm going to sell it, or etc. Or I'm going to sell it through the 25th, and then whatever's extra is going to go into clearance. But make that decision now to set the foundation for your plan. If you have any holidays, okay, so I'm going to do Christmas, and do you want to message on Christmas Eve? Do you want to message on Christmas Day? Do you want to message on New Year's Eve? Do you want to message on New Year's Day? So kind of select when you want those messages to be. And the last piece is, if you have any promotions or offers or sales, when are these going to launch and when are they going to end? So set all of those pieces up. And now you understand, okay, this is the timing on when these pieces are. And now what you can do is you can put those on a calendar, and you can put those different timings there. And now it's time to think about, okay, I know when these things are happening. And just because something is happening during time frame doesn't mean you need to be messaging the whole piece. You may want to do things in advance to tease it, etc. So there are different opportunities, but you do want to craft, and now you want to start to schedule, when am I going to support this? So if you have any type of special packages or products, you want to announce them, right? So you're going to announce those pieces. I often, especially something that's limited time, will have phased messaging. So it's something to consider. And when I say phases, it's like an announcement. Sometimes it's a teaser. Hey, we have a great offer coming next week. An announcement of when it launches. A reminder, hey, offer ends in 2 days. Maybe there's some urgency there. Hey, last chance, or last chance messaging. So think about if you want to follow that type of cadence for your offers or your products or whatever you're offering during the holiday time frame. And then also, as you think about those messages and how you want to support the initiatives, giving the timing on where they fall, also make sure to include some non-product messaging. This thing's about the holiday spirit, thanking customers, whether that's a happy holidays or happy new year or Merry Christmas. So include that in there as well, because you don't want to forget about it. And the last piece are going to be your tools. So given all of the pieces that we just talked about, now you need to select the tools and your platforms and what you're going to need to actually deliver all of these pieces. So I would say they could take a look at all of the tools that you have in your toolbox. So whether that's your owned assets like email, social, and web. Do you have the right SEO on your website to draw in organic traffic? And are you going to use paid tools? Now, keep in mind who you're targeting. If you are trying to get new customers, you are probably not going to get them in your email. They're probably not going to be on your website unless you have some really great SEO, and they're probably not going to be on organic social media. So you're probably going to need to do some paid efforts, maybe some paid search or paid ads. So that's going to help you to understand, okay, who am I targeting, and who do I have the potential to reach with what I'm doing here? You do want to take a look at each one of your channels. So with channels meaning I'm going to look at email, I'm going to look at my website, I'm going to look at social media, I'm going to look at SEO, search, whatever you're doing, and you want to plan those holistically. And what I mean by that is you want to look at all the messages in that channel and then say, okay, is something overlapping here, something conflicting here? Do I need to combine some messaging so that it makes sense for me? Because you don't want to look up and say, hey, I had to send 5 emails on one day because I had so many messages going on. You want to be able to look at it holistically and then say, well, I don't want to overwhelm the channel. Maybe I should combine or take some things off, or maybe I don't want to do this, right? So really just look at your channels individually like that. And then also, as you think about look and feel in terms of your design of your assets, you want to have some consistency or cohesiveness in your campaigns. You may have multiple campaigns and each one may have a different look or feel. You always want to make sure that your branding is consistent, or you may have just a holiday campaign in general and everything has the same look and feel. The point of this is to be thoughtful about it, think about it in advance so that you make sure that you have all of your assets and they're consistent for what you need. Okay, so now I'm going to go through just some of the 3 kind of the biggest most popular tools, which is website, email, and social, and just give you some really quick tips to keep in mind for your holiday marketing. So for your website, you want to make sure that you're supporting any of your holiday efforts to help you drive interest and sales for your product or service. So you want to post any type of information that you have on your deals, packages, special products, and you should make it prominent on your homepage. People are not necessarily going to try to dig through to find something special for you. It's up to you to put it in front and center for them. If you have some special products or services or initiatives, consider having a dedicated landing page. And that's going to be extremely helpful if you're going to post on social or if you're going to put it in email. And that way you can send people directly to the page that will talk about your special offering. If your website offers any type of pop-ups or maybe a promotional banner, leverage those pieces. That's an opportunity immediately when people reach your website to grab their attention, and you want to take advantage of that. I mentioned it before, but you also want to think about search engine optimization. Most people who visit your website are going to maybe be people who know your brand, unless you have good SEO and you come up in search. So that way, if you're going to have, maximize your SEO to bring more people in organically. And what that means is if you have, special, let's say, holiday mugs, you want to make sure the right terms are in your content on your website. So when people search that, your website will come up and you'll get people who are just searching for that item, not necessarily specifically searching for your business. You want to get those new people. And then also, this is an important piece, and this is a little bit of a stickler for me, is to be very diligent with switchover. So if your sale ends on, December 24th at 11:59 p.m., take your assets down. Many brands and businesses, even big brands, sometimes have these lingering pieces of creative. So make sure we are all usually really good at getting it up on time, but a lot of us are not as good as getting it down on time. So just be diligent to take it down and make sure that you have fresh messaging and relevant messaging at all times. All right. The next one is email. So during the holiday times, there's a lot of different types of holiday themed emails that you can send out to engage your customer and engage your database during this time frame. So any of your deals and specials and packages, etc., all of those should be supported with email to make sure that your current customers or people who are subscribed to your list are aware of what you're offering. Don't be afraid to deploy last chance or almost sold out emails if that's relevant. So you want to, don't do it if it's not true. But if you do have that, it helps to get that urgency with customers to get them in and to help sell out. Or even if you have a deal that's, it's last chance to get the deal that's about to go away, remind people, don't think that people will automatically remember when your sales ends or your promotions ends. They won't. So take that opportunity to remind them. Consider gift guides if you have gifting type of items or gift ideas emails. And again, even if you have a service, think about how could your service be gifted to others. If it's a cleaning service, can you gift a cleaning service? If it's a legal service, in addition to hard items that we know or products we know can be gifted, think about how your services could be gifted as well. And then, of course, we mentioned that with customer services, these general happy holidays or Merry Christmas or Happy New Year emails. That's not just product focused, but take the opportunity there just to have a goodwill and a real warm feeling email that you send out to your customers. Now for social media. So social media, a great way to stay connected during the holidays and to really keep your product and services top of mind with your customers and sometimes your potential customers. So again, posts similar to email and web, posts about everything exciting that you have going on during the holidays. Include those general wishes that are not product focused. You want to leverage all different types of media, so photos and videos. If you are on Instagram or any platform that has stories, you want to leverage those. Stickers. So you have lots of holiday stickers that you can put on your business. This is also a great opportunity to strategically leverage and use hashtags, and that's going to help with some expanded visibility. And what I mean by that, if you use these hashtags strategically, then you will get people who are not necessarily following your business, but they will be able to see your posts and they'll get exposure to your business. But when you use those hashtags, make sure that you research them. So go on the platform, search for the hashtags you think you want to use. Look to see what type of content already shows up under there. And if you feel like your business would that be in that company, if that works for you. Don't use hashtags just for visibility that aren't relevant for your business, because what will happen is you'll be just wasted there because it's not relevant. So try to stay relevant, look into some holiday hashtags specifically for your category and try to be part of that and try to get that added visibility. And then also make sure all of your links are correct. You'll be surprised how many times we may visit a social profile and their links are wrong. It's going to the wrong page. And for something like a Instagram where you can only have one link, you can use a platform like Linktree where you can put multiple links in. So let's say you're going to be promoting 5 different things during a holiday. You can go in and put, 5 different links plus your main link to your website there. And that way, when you go link in bio, you don't have to change it every day. It'll have all of the relevant links there. So utilize tools like that, but make sure that all of those links are correct so that you are sending people to the right place. And then the last piece is if you have a business and you're able to have like a Facebook shop or Instagram shop, really take advantage of social shopping. There's been a lot of advancement with the technology. I think now you can shop from stories and all types of fun things. So if you have a business that is relevant to, definitely look into that and try to leverage that during the holiday season. And that's that. I know it's pretty quick. Hopefully this was some helpful information for you as you think about holiday, and we'd love to see if there are any questions. I don't see any questions in the chat. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. Here we go. One here. Do sales normally go down after the holiday season? Yes, if you're going to see a bump during the holiday season, typically that will go down after holiday season. Now, if you've had a very successful campaign and you've gotten exposure to a lot of new customers, you may see a little bit of a lift off of your base. But typically they're going to go down. A lot of businesses, their fourth quarter is the biggest time frame, especially if you have giftable, heavily giftable types of products. For new businesses, are there particular places that we can go that we can purchase POS systems? That's a good question. I am not an expert on POS systems. So, but I do know that popular ones are like Square and Toast, I think are some that I'm aware of, but I would just do like some research there to find out the one that works best for your business. And then also it depends if you're a restaurant. So there are different POS systems that may work better for restaurants versus just regular retail. What are some creative ways to build your list during this time? Well, if you are going to be anywhere in front of customers or potential customers, there's always the opportunity to get people to sign up for your email list. So if you're, a lot, and I didn't mention here, but sometimes there are like different types of fairs. I know last year there weren't a lot because of COVID. We didn't see a lot of craft fairs or holiday craft fairs or anything like that, or any type of, community type of events. But if you're there, there is great opportunity to have people sign up for your list or anywhere where you're meeting others. Or another piece that a lot of businesses don't take advantage of is honestly on social media. On social media, you can always send out messages to remind people to follow you or to sign up for your email list for more information. Okay, I don't think I see any more questions here.
That was an excellent presentation, Deani.
Thank you. I know it was pretty fast.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for always sharing your expertise and your insights with us. I mean, you provided a lot of useful information that's, relevant, especially since the holidays are coming up. So now the business owners and entrepreneurs are really definitely prepared for the holidays. So I
Yeah,
really appreciate that.
absolutely. I think we see a couple of different, some more questions here. It
Awesome.
said, do you find that customers generally like those marketing emails? Well, it depends on a lot of things. It depends on the brand. It depends on the content of your emails. So, and each brand is going to be different. And I think as business owners, when you start to deploy email, it's important for you to take a look at your analytics so that you understand what works well and what are people opening, what are people clicking on, what are the emails that have the best click-through rate, and you utilize that information. What people don't like is to be spammed. What that means is we don't want to get emails from people from lists we never knew we signed up for, which is why it's very important when someone signs up for your list that you send some type of thank you and you start messaging them pretty early on. I know sometimes, especially when we start small businesses, we like to collect emails and then we'll email them in the future. But if months have passed, they don't remember they signed up for it and it seems spammy. So you want to keep some regular cadence of messaging so people get that. And then also you don't want to over message. And that's when I talked about kind of holistically managing your channels, and email is a really good one. You don't want to just kind of bang people over the head consistently because they will unsubscribe. And that's something you should look at as well as part of your email metrics. You're going to look at your open rates, you're going to look at your click rate, but also look at your unsubscribe rate. If you find certain emails are really dragging that up, which means more people unsubscribing, you probably want to lean against either that cadence or that messaging there. Let's say you mentioned landing pages. Do you recommend one? So I do recommend landing pages if you have a special initiative that you will be marketing against. So if you have a special promotion or if you have a special gift package and you say, hey, I want to put together a campaign, I'm going to be doing emails, I'm going to do some social media, I'm going to put it out there. You need a place where people can come to find out about that package or service, especially if it's new and a little bit different from what you do. So you take it on a case by case basis. But what you want to avoid is a customer coming to a homepage and having to dig through your website, because the more times a person has to click, you're going to get more and more fall off, which means that people are going to start leaving. So you want to be able for people to get to that information as quickly as possible. But also you have to weigh that with the effort or cost you have to do for doing landing pages. So if you have a self-service platform and it's very easy for you to build it on your own, then you probably could build multiple. But if you are using an outside vendor and you have to pay for all your landing pages, you're going to want to be a lot more strategic about how you utilize them, so you do not spend a lot of resources to do that. So it says, for new businesses, do you recommend DMs? I'm assuming direct messages and social media to save money instead of ads. You know, that's, you know, it's a great idea for saving money. I think each business should, you know, you're going to have to try it out. It has not been a part of any of the plans that I have ever worked on to, but I do know that you can do messaging, right? And there are some ads you can place in messaging or some other messaging pieces, but sometimes that can seem very intrusive, and that's not what you want, right? You don't want to be intrusive. So, but I would say try it, because it may work for the type of company or brand that you have. But if you find you're not getting a response, then you can just quickly abandon it. One thing that I'm always a proponent of is test and learn, which means you want, if you have an idea, try it out. You know, you don't want to spend the whole bag on it or put a lot at risk, but try it out. And if you find it's not working, then note that in your mind and then move on to something else. Take it as a learning so you can grow from it. But if it does work, then it's something that you can now start to optimize and try to get it to work better. So see what works for your business. And then, but if you find it's not working, you want to do what's called fail fast. You want to say, hey, it's not working. We're going to stop immediately and change to something else so we can be effective. All right. I think that was the last one.
Great. Deanni, thank you so much again for sharing these excellent marketing tips and strategies. And Stella, Toma, and the BACP team, I appreciate the amazing teamwork as always. And to those of you who joined in today, as you implement these tips and strategies that Deanni shared, remember you're not alone. The City of Chicago, BACP, and SCORE Chicago, we're all here to support you. So please stay connected with us. Keep attending these webinars and schedule that appointment with your mentors. At SCORE, the mentoring sessions are always free. They're always confidential and can be scheduled from our website at chicago.score.org. Hope to connect with all of you again. Until then, stay safe and well. And I'll turn this back to Stella if she has any announcements for the City of Chicago. Thank you so much, Deanni.
Thank you.
Ladies, for your wonderful presentation. I hope all of our attendees got everything that you were looking for from today's presentation. If you would like to receive credit for today's webinar, please send us an email to bacpoutreach@cityofchicago.org. To learn more about our upcoming webinars, please go to chicago.gov/business education. Thank you again, ladies.
You're most welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
And happy holidays, everyone. Bye for now.